It's great to be back. It's been a minute, or should I say a few months. Stephen, what have you been up to?
Oh man, been busy. It's no excuse, but yeah, being a new dad is keeping my hands full for sure. And yeah,
Busy, a
just
different life.
exactly. Yeah, you know how it goes. But yeah, finishing up a couple homes. That's been great too. We got some new homeowners in, and yeah, I've gotten to do some cool stuff this summer. Already dipping into that. So, what about you?
Very good. Well, I don't need to say what you've already said. Busy is certainly an understatement, but it is not an excuse. I've had a great summer thus far. It's been a few months since we recorded the last episode, but really excited to get back to this because we did just let time run away from us, and we really enjoy doing this. We really enjoy getting feedback from the listeners. That really gets us more motivated than you recognize, and it inspires us to do more when we know people are listening and finding value in this content. So please keep reaching out to us. It means more to us than you know. Today, we wanted to jump into a rather fun topic. We want to talk about smart home automation. When I thought about what that means a while ago, I would say before we started a custom home building business, I thought a lot about uh, the rather simple stuff, right? The Wi-Fi switches and outlets that have been around for several years now. Uh, the garage door, smart garage doors that you can control from your phone. The home security systems with Blink and Nest and all these other well-known brands in the home security, do-it-yourself home security systems. But smart home automation is quickly becoming so much more than just what I would call those basic devices. So today, Stephen and I wanted to run through some of that with the purpose of just getting your thoughts in your head around what you may be interested in, what's out there, what you might want to do when you build your custom home, whether that's today or 10 years from now. I think some of these technologies are here to stay. Now, of course, they will improve as time goes on, just like everything else. But I think we're only going to see more and more of this as we move on.
Yeah, absolutely. And with AI being a buzzword these days, we'll see. We'll see what that has in store for smart home technology as well. But who knows? Maybe some of these smart home technologies start to learn by themselves what you like, what your schedules are. I mean, some of the thermostats are already trying to do that, like Google's Nest thermostat, Learning thermostat. Tries to know when you're at home, things like that, and it'll adjust temperatures based on wake and sleep cycles, all that good stuff. So, yeah, really a huge field here that's just going to explode, in my opinion, over the next probably 5-ish years, even less. I mean, shoot, AI has already gone crazy, gangbusters in, I feel like 3 years or whatever it's been. But yeah, I think without further ado, Brian, let's kind of jump right into it. I mean, what's number one here? Oh, and I don't know if we said this. We're gonna have 10 items here that we're gonna talk about on this episode. So and there's plenty more. I'm sure we're missing stuff off of this 10 list, but we we tried to narrow it down to maybe the top 10 most common things that we see, and also what homeowners show the most interest in. So take that for what it's worth. Everybody likes different things, and definitely do your own research. But number one, back to you.
Yeah, and this certainly isn't everything, but it's also what we're seeing as the most popular today, and also varying price points, right? So some of these, frankly, they're pretty reasonable for the features and benefits that you get out of them, and others you might find less value in. It's completely up to you and what and your budget and what your wants are. But number one, smart mirrors. We are seeing more and more technology and advancements around mirrors, particularly in the primary bedroom or bathroom, I should say, with certainly lighting as a basic functionality, but TVs embedded in them, other sensors and things that analyze your skin, analysis on your fitness and your skin analysis, so things like that. And those can be, we just talk about price, but those can be fairly reasonably priced if that's something that's really important to you.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, but also, I mean, maybe people have seen it too in hotels or high-end bars or restaurants or whatever. But TVs with or mirrors with TVs in them now. There's TVs in them. There's touch screens. You can do to-do lists on a lot of them now. There's all kinds of things. So, like you said, I mean, some really cool stuff in the health realm as well of mirrors that'll even track your BMI somehow with syncing up to a scale or something and seeing your visuals from the mirror, sensors, all that kind of stuff. So really interesting field there. Yeah,
For sure.
number two.
Smart refrigerators, something from a builder's perspective, doesn't really change much of what we do in terms of building, but I think most people have started to see these when you walk your Home Depot or your Lowe's, again, with TVs embedded in the doors or a lot more electronics, things showing up, the screen on the touch screen on the door that shows the weather for the day, your to-dos, calendars, things like that. I know it integrates with Android. I personally do not have one, so I'm not an expert, but I'm sure there's ways it connects with the Apple ecosystem as well.
Yep. Yeah, Apple, Samsung, all those. LG's got theirs that sync up with all that too. Yep.
Yep. And I think from a price point perspective, you're seeing those. I think you are seeing those come down in price. They're in line with pricing of non-Wi-Fi fridges. I mean, certainly the non-smart fridges are still cheaper. Don't get me wrong, but you're not paying double for a smart fridge today.
Yeah. A little kind of funny note on that, but yeah, some of them are even putting cameras on the inside. So you're at your grocery store and you pull up your phone and you can see inside your fridge of, shoot, do I need milk or do we have, bread or whatever else? Well, if you keep bread in the fridge like I do, but you get my point. You can see different things that are inside your fridge so that you don't get to the grocery store and then forget something or vice versa, buy more than what you need. But yeah, some cool stuff there as well.
That's pretty cool, but maybe not even used with some of you that just order your groceries at home and don't even do grocery shopping anymore, right? So the options and the ways you handle things are endless.
Exactly. Yeah. Number three. This one actually is kind of cool. We've seen this in a home that we just finished, but it's smart showers. So really kind of an interesting one, but you can have basically a module on the wall of your shower, mostly like you said in primary showers is where we see it. But it can auto adjust the temperature. So you set the temp to 102 degrees or whatever, and it will adjust that the entire time. So if there's more cold water that's needed or more hot water that's needed to be mixed to get to that temperature, it'll do that automatically. It'll also sync with your phone. So you could be laying in bed in the morning or at night and fire up the shower, get it ready, get the water hot before you even get out of bed, that kind of thing. Some of them even play music. They'll Bluetooth to your phone. You can play Bluetooth music through, I think, the module, or maybe you get an integrated shower head that has some speakers or some sort in them as well. But yeah, definitely, that's an interesting one.
You don't have that in your shower?
No, I don't. Not yet. I won't say never, but yeah, not at this point in my life. No.
Not something I have in my house either.
Yeah.
So number 4 is automated lighting systems. This one's been around for some time. I would argue that it was one of the first smart home technologies that people really started putting in their homes. But we are seeing that the ecosystem of smart home lighting is getting better. It's getting to where they're in sync a little bit more. So before there were, I think, a lot of different brands on the market, and people would buy one and then buy a different one, and now they're really coming together and just expanding throughout the entire house versus, I just have smart home lights on my smart lights on my front porch or my lamp in the living room. So those will continue to grow, I think, and probably become a part of 100% of the house here before long, if not already in some custom homes.
Yeah, I would agree. It's kind of an easy one. It's kind of a starter place if you're getting into the smart home functions and whatnot. But lighting is, like we said, it's an easy one to add, and you can see a lot of benefit from it pretty easily. So, one thing, I mean, we covered this on our our Healthy Homes podcast. And some of these smart lights now are adjusting the blue temps of the lighting so that you can get better sleep at night. It'll dim them down or adjust the temperatures of the lighting. So you're not getting those blue light waves that are messing with your circadian rhythm. We've also seen it really popular with holiday lighting. A lot of people are doing these holiday light strips up in their soffits. And that makes it super easy whenever holidays roll around. You don't have to install lights or get on your roof or pay somebody to get on your roof and possibly damage your roof while they're trying to put up Christmas lights. So just do that from the beginning with your builder, put them up there under the soffit, and you can have them be on the flip of a switch or on your phone, and you can change the colors for 4th of July, red, white, and blue, or Halloween, orange and black, or whatever else. So yeah, some cool stuff there for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. Number 5. This one's pretty interesting. Smart beds. Something else I also do not have in my house, but I think this craze is only going to grow from here, Stephen. I think smart beds that probably read your body temp. I don't even know what all the functionality is in all of these, but of course you can adjust the firmness of them, sleep tracking. It's going to measure your movements. It's going to measure your everything about anything you're doing in that bed, temperature regulation. So I think that's only going to grow here as we move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And those ones are pretty cool. I mean, you think of how much time you spend a day sleeping in your bed, and it's a good majority of your day. So that is a pretty important piece of smart home technology is those smart beds. But like you said, they've got sensors, they've got all kinds of stuff that track your sleep and really help you to get they'll actually give you a sleep score. And so you can kind of compare your different nights of how did I do, how did I not do, things like that.
More data for the doctors could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Number 6, smart windows and blinds. I think another big growing trend. A lot of people are looking for automated blinds, shades that actually go in between the window or on the interior, on the inside of the window, and the tint adjusts automatically, different lighting effects. And then there's all kinds of sensors in those windows that's measuring when the windows open and close for security purposes. So I think that what's important here is this is something that is a little more difficult to install after the fact. So this is something that we want to know as a builder on, hey, these are things that we need to get electricity or have power close by these window openings where we want to do these smart windows and really help with making sure that the install goes properly and you have all the functionality that you expect.
Yep, absolutely. I think you nailed it with these are the kind of things that you want to discuss with your builder during the build, because you can't retrofit a lot of these at the end or upon closing and move in. The windows, the tinting, all that kind of stuff is not easily changeable after building. So yeah, definitely something to bring up during those building conversations very early on.
Yep. Along the same lines, whole home audio systems. Those have been around for some time, let's be honest. But the speakers continue to get better. The wireless technology continues to get better. So what's nice is you're starting to see whole home speaker systems that don't have speaker wires running into every room and control dashboards and things like that on the microphones that used to be at the entrance to the bedroom door or right at the door. I remember walking through houses that had that. I think that they're getting much more sleek and just easier to install, but still something that we need to consider when doing the low voltage in the house.
Yep.
Anything else to add there?
No, I think you were referring to the old intercom systems where you'd push
Yes.
and you could talk to your kids upstairs while you were down in the kitchen. Dinner's ready, come downstairs. That kind of stuff. So yeah, absolutely. These new smart speakers are awesome. And I think it's only a matter of time that, we can sync up like Google Homes, hopefully, or Amazon Alexas and have those be kind of a whole home. Or they already are. You can do speaker groups and things like that, but it would be nice to have those sync with your TV, your smart TV, and have those create like a surround sound audio. Perfect for game days is what I'm imagining. You could have a game on a TV in your backyard, in your family room, and the whole house is getting the audio from the game or something like that, which to my knowledge, I don't think you can do that yet, but it's only a matter of time. I can guarantee it's coming. So yeah, some cool stuff in that realm for sure.
And let's not forget about the outside, right? A home isn't complete without a cool exterior living as well. So smart sprinkler systems. I know that there's a lot of sprinkler controllers that have been around with Wi-Fi capabilities, but now they're, of course, just adding the sophistication of being smart, saying, okay, hey, what's the weather pattern? Having sensors or cameras. I don't even know how it all works in the yard that says, oh, hey, my plants are wilting. They need water. Obviously measuring temperature and humidity and things like that. So I think we're seeing a big surge of smart sprinkler systems come online too.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised you don't know more. Your yard looks like a model home. So I'm surprised that you don't have all this stuff set up with, all kinds of cameras and sensors and whatever else. But yeah, with
as small as my yard is, I can manage to handle it with the old school way, with my own two eyes and my own two arms and legs. So
yeah, there you go.
No, but it is exciting. Something that I may even look at myself in terms of upgrading my my yard. I do have a little hobby or a little passion for landscaping. So, Steven, what's number 9?
Actually, I was going to add one thing real quick on those smart sprinkler systems, especially here in Central Texas, where we're going through droughts right now, and our lakes are running a little low. Those smart sprinkler systems are very important. I think the cost that you'd spend on one of those systems would easily be balanced out or negated shortly after you purchase it, due to water usage and water restrictions and getting a fine for your sprinklers accidentally going off at the wrong time or whatever else, right? So these new smart sprinkler systems can really help you from that front. And I think they can be fit retroactively. But once again, this is all stuff that is much easier to discuss with your builder before you start the build and put it in your new home from the get-go.
Yep.
But you asked me number 9. So number 9 is going to be smart home robots. That's going to be all kinds of stuff. But I think the first ones that jump to mind are going to be like vacuums. So Roomba or iRobot. Those have come a long way. They're doing mopping now. They're doing vacuuming. They're doing hardwood floor type cleaning things. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So those are really becoming a lot more intuitive, and learning your home and your floor plan and knowing the best path to clean your home. And shoot, they might even know where the most dirt accumulates. I don't know. But, they're getting a lot smarter nowadays. We're seeing lawnmowers as well. Those are getting smart too. People will start those and they'll run around their yard, and you'll see them, just little robots mowing the lawn. So I think those are cool. In my personal experience, they still have a little bit of ways to go, but they're coming up quickly, and battery powered stuff like that is potentially the future. I mean, no more loud lawnmowers waking you up at 7 a.m. on a Sunday when you're trying to sleep in or whatever. These battery powered tools and robots are going to be something cool to keep an eye on.
Again, I talk about being old school. Well, I don't even have electric lawnmowers or weed eaters or edgers. I'm still using the good old gas powered stuff, but I love my Honda engine motor or Honda engine lawnmower and my Echo trimmer. So I'll run those until they die on me, or there's just something too good to pass up on. Yeah.
And then, I mean, when those things die on you, you probably won't have a choice. You'll have to go to battery at that point because they last so freaking long.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, good systems there for sure. Number 10 on our list, so the last one here is going to be smart home energy management systems. This is going to be a plethora of different things. I mean, some that come to mind for me are going to be those smart thermostats that we already talked about. So Google Nest, Amazon's got one, I think, or Ecobee is another popular one. There's a bunch of different brands out there now, but those are really, really beneficial for keeping your home at comfortable temperatures when you're home and keeping them at optimal energy levels when you're gone. And it's not just as simple as setting a schedule. I'm at work every day, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Well, shoot, then your kids are home sick one day or something, and your home is unbearably hot or unbearably cold, depending on the season, because you didn't change your thermostat. So now these new smart thermostats are learning your patterns, and if they detect somebody in the home or a dog or a pet or whatever, they'll adjust temperatures accordingly. Pretty cool stuff. And then they'll use even sensors in different parts of your home so that you're not getting just the temperature around your thermostat, which might be downstairs in your primary bedroom hallway, and your upstairs is just getting scorchingly hot. So, those different things where now we're using smart sensors to relay back to the thermostats and adjust the temperature based on the whole home, not just one little hallway of your home. So that stuff. I guess a big one is, solar panels. Almost missed that. Even some water technology nowadays with wells and pumps and rainwater collection and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, I mean, there's different ways to optimize that. Tesla is doing some cool stuff with the solar roof and the power wall. To each his own, right? Everybody has their own opinions about it, but they are innovating. And I think that, it's got ways to go. It's still not the best option out there, in my opinion, but it's coming up quick. So something to keep an eye on for sure. What am I missing on that, Brian?
The home energy management systems, I haven't seen a study. I'm sure it's out there or it's going to be out there, but a study on what is your return on investment for something like that? Because I think there's some significant savings in your home energy costs. Even if you have solar, it doesn't matter. You're still paying for some energy somewhere. And the fact that you are being that much more efficient with the consumption of your energy, I think if you're going to live in your house for 10, 20, 30 years, there's some significant savings there. So I think that's really exciting in that realm. And I would add that all of these technologies, there's no finish line. The finish line keeps moving. And so if there's something that you're interested in and you think that, hey, this is something I would like and I can afford it and I want to do this, don't sit back and wait, say, I'll wait for the next one or the next one, because at some point it may pass you by and you may never get it installed or be able to enjoy that luxury or that feature. So it's just like cars and a lot of other things. It's, hey, I'm doing this right now and it has these benefits and I'm going to enjoy it. And if and when I can upgrade in the future, I'll do that. But, I know when we talk technology, we often talk, all of us, not just from a custom home builder perspective, that, it's changing rapidly. Well, it's going to continue to change rapidly, and get what you can when the time is right for you in your life, and enjoy it. So that's what I would say. And my last comment is to, again, like we often recommend or suggest, to bring your builder up to speed on what you're thinking in terms of low voltage home automation, smart home products as soon as possible, right? You start having those discussions at the architect phase, especially with the architect, because the electrical plan most often times is going to have to be designed specifically for some of those selections. So even if you haven't selected exactly what brand or manufacturer, you need power at these windows, well then let's get those on the plan sooner rather than later. I think any builder would appreciate that. It's just gonna make the build smoother to have some of those things ironed out sooner rather than later.
Yeah, definitely. And I think another thing to add to that is, don't assume that your builder is going to bring these things up, or don't assume that your builder knows all smart technologies, because like we've covered in this podcast, there's just no way to know everything that's out there. There's so many different brands, so many different products. What's important to some people is not important to others, and vice versa. And so don't assume that what your builder would like in his home or her home is what you're going to like as well, right? Go out and do your own research, come with your own stuff, your own knowledge of what you want in your home. And then have the conversation with your builder, or their low voltage company is typically who it falls back on for the most part. But the electrician, low voltage, they're going to put most of that stuff in. Plumber, even nowadays with these other smart technologies, and irrigator. I mean, it's throughout the entire build the more I think through it. So discuss it with your builder and really let them know your expectations going into it. That's so big. And will really help set the build up for success, so that you don't get to the end and something wasn't built to the specs that need to be built to handle your smart technology that you want to put in there. I want to add too that we've seen with the homes that we've built and the homeowners that we've moved in, I have yet to hear a homeowner that put smart technology in and regrets it. It's always one of those things that they're so happy that they have it. It makes their life easier to some degree or better. Their livability of their home, it makes it better. It's those things that they really love about their home. And it's one of those final touches that you get to experience every single day. Your kids get to play with it. It's across the board. So it's really kind of a cool topic to talk about. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see where this goes.
I think that's really well said, Stephen. There are smart home things that I think they really add that final touch. It's really how you connect with as silly as it sounds, it's really how you connect with your home at the end, right? I just made my house do this, or it just did this for me. And some of them are built into the house, and some are like we talked about with the refrigerator or the bed, an appliance or something that comes in after the fact, but it's still now a part of the house. And again, it sounds really silly, but it really does add the finishing touches and makes your house really your home and really special. So it performs the way you want it to, hopefully.
Yeah. Maybe we can do something kind of fun here if you can think on your toes. Let's just go back and forth. I'll say a smart function or a smart product that I think of. You say one too that wasn't on this list that'll just open the listeners' ears to other products that are out there. Like, for instance, I'll kick it off that smart doorbells. We didn't talk about those, but we've got Ring, we've got Nest, we've got Amazon has one, all kinds of stuff. So that's the first one. What else we got that we missed maybe?
One that we didn't touch on, but my wife would like is a smart oven, right? The ovens that you can control from your phone. Rather simple, right? Because what are they going to do? They need to turn on, turn off, and control the temperature. But I'm sure there's more to come. Again, like with all of these, around sensors or being able to detect when the food is done so you don't overcook something.
Yep. And preheat it. If you're driving home and it's 30 minutes to preheat your oven, you can get the oven up to temp before you even get there, then throw the food in when you get home, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's a cool one. Security. We didn't really talk much about security, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on with security cameras. And one that comes to mind is Simply Safe. They're doing a lot of cool stuff with wireless sensors and a home-based system, and mostly through Wi-Fi. And so those are definitely cool products. What else? Let's see how much we can go here.
Yeah, what else goes into
while you're thinking
from a home perspective? I'm thinking of a lot of appliances and things like that. But
well, in front, so deadbolts. A lot of people are doing these smart keypads and deadbolts and things like that. Some have fingerprint readers on them. Some have codes. Some just sync to your phone via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, so you can open the door for your nanny or your pet walker or your grocery person that's dropping your whatever you want. Let's see. Garage doors. You mentioned this at the beginning, but garage doors, they're doing some cool things with smart features there, so you can open and close your garage door through your phone or via Wi-Fi. Helpful if you've got Amazon packages or delivery person that you want them to leave it in your garage so it doesn't get stolen by porch pirates. That leads me to another one. We're doing some cool stuff with a company called Box Gobbler. MB Sentinel is the parent company. They have the product called Box Gobbler. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a package parcel that when Amazon or any delivery service brings a package to your house, they slide it through this package parcel into your entryway or into some delivery closet or your garage, and then the package is safe. It's got a keypad on it. You put the keypad code in your order or your delivery instructions, and then they can just drop the package right in there. I'm running out. Got any more?
Another one that comes to mind, it's pretty extreme, but it's doable, is heated and cooling floor systems that are automated as well. When you the options are endless, right? You could connect it to a smart home bed, so when you wake up, the floor automatically gets hot or cool or the temperature you like, and you walk across it with your bare feet at the temperature you like, because the bed has told the floor that you've woken up and you're going to get out of bed in the next minute or two, right? So I know it sounds really far-fetched and crazy, but I think that's where we are headed, in having these smart devices not only be independent of each other, but we're going to start to connect them all together.
Yep. Yep. Well, cool. That was a fun little segment there at the end. Got some extra bonus items in there, but yeah, I'm sure the listeners are all thinking of different things too that are going through their heads as far as smart products that we left out. But once again, just to wrap this whole episode up, go do your own research, ask ChatGPT, anything. I mean, there's all kinds of resources out there to tell you what may be options for you. But yeah, it's been a fun episode, Brian. Thanks for jumping back on with me, and it's good to be back.
Yeah, it is. We'll get back on the next episode quickly. We are not going to go a few more months without doing one. We enjoy it too much, and we can't have any excuses. So thanks, guys. This is fun.
Yep. Thank you.